Are you moving to the Crestview area and looking for new construction? Well, today I have a treat for you because we're gonna go into one of the most upscale builders for this area, and you're not gonna believe how affordable it is to get a brand new home with these sort of amenities. I am excited to show you all the different features and everything within this home. So let's go ahead and get a walk in there, and we'll go ahead and shoot this and see the front of the home, all brick exterior. It does have hardy board on the side, but let's hurry up and get in here. You're gonna be super excited about this. We're gonna talk more about this. You wanna stay to the end of this video. We've got all the incentives for buyers, making this super affordable. There are different types of homes. We'll tell you what these prices are. You are gonna be amazed. So let's go in here. As you can see, this is really nice, 11 feet, if not higher in some of these cases. Brick and hardy board, just amazing. So let's go ahead and get in here. And first of all, when I come in here and I see this entryway, the first thing that I notice is that all throughout this home is luxury vinyl. And this area pops. Look how open this looks. Just absolutely amazing, right? It opens right into your living space, and there is plenty of windows, plenty of natural light. My goodness, this is a awesome plan. So this does feel pretty big for the square footage that it does have. We are gonna go ahead and take a look at the kitchen. I'm super excited to talk to you about that, but let's first go into the left side. So this is a split bedroom concept. That means that we have two bedrooms on one side and the master on the other for some privacy. And we're gonna take a look here into the first bedroom. As I go into bedroom number one, you can see this is what the builder was using as their office. But as you can kind of see around from the office area, it does have a nice window, blinds, and it's got some big doors, nice, good size closet. Now inside here too, you'll see that there's can lighting. This is throughout the home, actually. You'll see it everywhere, which is really, really nice and efficient as well. Still have that same flooring, luxury vinyl throughout. And in here, this space particularly in this model is probably good enough for a queen size bed set and whatever else that you need here. So as we come back through and head out here, as you can tell, we've just had the living room and kitchen out here. And then we have a linen closet. Now, I always like when we do have the linen closet, specifically for this side, because this is more dedicated to the bathroom over here versus just having one or none, or just stacking them under that sink. I don't know if you've ever had to do that before. It could be frustrating, right? Okay, so let's look inside bathroom, the family bathroom, bathroom one. The first thing that I noticed here there are some really, really upscale features. This builder is one of the ones that use that matte black look. You're gonna see those on all the fixtures, all the handles throughout here. You'll see, like, this is really nice that they do have. All right. These are framed mirrors all throughout the home. And you'll see that these are quality vanities throughout here. Now, one thing that you can tell too is that this is a quartz countertop. So not a lot of the homes have that same sort of material, what they'll have in the kitchen as well in the baths, but this builder will do that. We also have, obviously, your commode, and this particular one has a tub shower combo. Really nice finishes here. This isn't cheap. The stuff that they're putting in here really looks nice. Okay. I actually do have a treat for you in here because this is that bedroom number two. But since we are in this builder's model home, look at all the different options that you have here too. So we do see that, we'll talk about the bedroom first. Again, you have the can lighting in here. You also have the upgrade to the fan, which is nice. But in addition to that, as far as what the builder has here, you have all these different options that you can use when actually getting this built out. Like, what sort of door handles do you want? As you can see, you've got all different types. You've got the matte black, the satin nickel, bronze, gold. I think gold's out of style, but you know, whatever. But you can see that you have all these different types of paint that you can put throughout the home. Paint for the exterior, what type of brick that you want in here. This builder kind of pulls out the stops here. really make sure that you're good to go. And you can see that you have different LVP that if you want to put different color down than what we see here in the model, and different types of brick. You also have options too for the backsplash, which I'm excited to show you about here. But if this seems overwhelming, this is a reason that you need to reach out to us here at the Whittemore Group. We can talk you through what the new construction looks like, give you ideas of what's upcharges, what's standard. So give us a call, shoot us a text, and we can start talking about new construction either here or really anywhere else. Okay, let's keep moving. So as we get out here again, 11-foot ceilings. Like, it's so hard to capture. Hopefully in this video you guys can feel that in here, but it just feels so much bigger. So we see the living room, lots of natural light here, really open. You can see yourself too in the kitchen preparing meals, whatever. If you like to entertain, this is also a great space to do so. There's lots of opportunities for seating. Now in here, I imagine if you're gonna mount a TV, right there where that picture is, that's where it would end up going, right? So it kind of covers the entire room. If you really love watching TV, you could probably put a big old 80-inch on there. I mean, whatever, I'm not judging, just invite me over, all right? So you can see that this is well lit, but it's not going to really have a lot of glare. That's one of the big things that I look at too when placing a TV on a wall. But yeah, definitely plenty of space. Now, not only that too, something that I thought was going out of style, but apparently is coming back around, is actually a seated formal dining area. Now, back in the 70s and 80 builds, I'm sure you probably spent some time in homes where it had its own dining room. It was all set off. Nobody ever sat in there, but it looked really pretty. Well, it's coming back around, okay? So if you wanted this, you could also turn this into its own office, by putting some French doors on here if you really wanted to, or you can have that other formal space. Now, I know a lot of people that have kids, this turns into a playroom. But if you do want formal dining that still has access to the rest of the space in here, this is an excellent opportunity to do that. So just to kind of give you an idea of what the space looks like from here, because it is rather open, you still have access, like people aren't completely shut off, but a little shut off from the rest of the area, but still really nice space. When you do come in here too, there are tons of plans for subdivisions. The ones that we're in today is Young Oats subdivision, but what we are featuring in today's video is Patriot Ridge. And Patriot Ridge has lots of cool different options in there, which we're gonna talk about here a little bit later in this tour. Okay, I know you guys, this is one of those things I was super excited to tell you about, and it is this kitchen. I absolutely love this kitchen here. One of the things that is really nice in our family as well is that we actually have a bar right here. It seems like most of us, especially the kids and whatnot, they end up eating at the bar than they do over in our formal dining or even the breakfast area, right? They don't really sit at the table, they're sitting at the bar. This is really nice too, as you could imagine, entertaining guests, sitting at the bar, watching TV, whatever, conversating with you as you're prepping meals. Now the cool part about this too is that all these different models, they do have electric outlets on your island here. And having that there really opens up for different devices that you could put on here. And it's really nice. In here, we're also seeing that we have a full washer. And they actually made really good with the space here too. So one of the things I look for too in a lot of these new constructions is to make sure that these have like the soft close to them, right? So they're not slamming down when one of your family members is putting something in there and maybe driving you crazy. It's good to make sure that you have quality cabinets in this. This isn't cheap, by the way. This isn't one of the ones that are the peel on here. It's actually a high quality cabinetry throughout here. Now, one thing that I really do love about these model homes, I love the single sink. I don't know about you guys, but if I've got pots and pans that I want to clean, I like to be able to actually put the whole thing in there and not like try to like wedge half of it in as I'm trying to clean, splashing everywhere. No, this one is nice with the deep sink. I personally like this versus the separate sinks. It just makes life so much more easy. All right, and as you look out, again, this is the look that you have from the kitchen. You basically have just access, command to the rest of the room in here, but that's not all. So again, taking a look at how much space that you have, this is actually pretty good space inside the kitchen for the cabinets. Now, I love these little areas next to the refrigerator. It's mainly because maybe you want to have a separate area for coffee, maybe you want to have a separate area where you're putting, prep station, what have you. I really love this design for that reason. It gives you that access to be able to separate it versus just not. Now you can see that they put frigid air inside here. Now, not all homes come with a refrigerator, right? Not all homes will come with washers and dryers too. So one of the things that I'm excited to tell you about too here is that this builder, one of the incentives, right now for sure, what they are offering is either a free refrigerator or blinds or front gutters. Like, how cool is that? So if you're not sure which one's going to be the best for you, then that's another reason to give us a call here. We can guide you through this process, tell you what the average cost of each one would be if you try to do it yourself, and maybe even try to negotiate a little bit more. Since at the beginning of this video here, when we did record it, was at the beginning of 2025. And that's actually a slightly buyer's market right now. So that means that you do have negotiating room. So another good reason to give us a call. Okay, so let's look into the pantry. If you've lived in a house without a pantry, you know the pain. It's just tough putting that in all these other cabinets, right? Or trying to find a spare closet and creating that. But this is nice. This is a big walk-in pantry that you can put different things in here. It doesn't have those cheap wires stands in here. My wife hates those things. I don't know if you've ever had to work with those. They fall off. I have to come in here and fix them. Everything ends up on the floor. But again, another example of just what a high quality that they have are built-in durable shelves that you're gonna see in here for your pantry. Awesome. Okay, so we come over here too, you have your range. Again, frigid air is what you're going to see in most of these. That looks like it's the entire area. One thing to note here, besides that we have this beautiful quartz all throughout this kitchen, but you're gonna notice that there's a lot of really nice, thick crown molding throughout this entire home. Look at that. Like, it just makes it look higher end, because it is. Like, the builder really took time to make sure it felt, as they told me, bougie. But really, really nice place in here. This is super awesome. I didn't even notice this. Check this out. This actually vents outside. That vents outside. That's what that means. Have you ever had that experience where you've been cooking, maybe you're cooking bacon or something like that, and it's just smoking up, right? It's not that you're a bad cook. I'm not calling you that, okay? Don't come after me. If you're cooking bacon or something like that that kind of smokes a bit, and you have a recirculating one of these things, is all it's doing is just pumping the smoke in here. Next thing you know, the smoke alarms are going off and you smell delicious bacon or whatever that you have here. It's like, I didn't do anything. You ever felt that way? I know I have. So having a new construction that doesn't have a recirculating fan that will vent out will save you that trauma. All right. As I mentioned before, we were talking about the split bedroom. That's where the master is. There's some cool features over there that I'm going to show you here in a minute. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and go outside and show you. So over here, we went and talked about that living area, but you probably saw this area here. Now, this is that breakfast nook area. Now, this table right here that they have on display is just, it's just got 4 seats, but you can see, let me back up here, but you can see that you can put a much longer table in here. Maybe something that seats 6 or even 8. It wouldn't really go into the space any further, so you get a small table with a leaf or something like that to bring that all the way out. Man, I think that would still fit perfectly fine, and it would still look like you have plenty of space. But really nice, got a chandelier up here, just high ceilings, just makes this so much more open. Now inside this area, mostly windows. Look how tall this window is. Open area here to the back porch, what we're about to go out to. But before we go there, I just want to give you another look from here. Again, great access to the rest of the rooms. Okay, so let's head outside. And I just want to show you what sort of design that they have for the exterior. Now, most of the homes that you see, they don't have all brick. Like, you'll see the brick on the front side, but you won't see it all the way around on these newer homes. And just because of that, it makes it cheaper, but you may see, you know, siding, you may see hardy board, which is still pretty good. But this is all brick. This builder has all brick. So if you want more information about this builder specifically, you know, again, give us a call or text. We're happy to get you all the different design plans, what's available, what's coming up, and what you can customize. All right, so here we can see that most of these lots are sitting on maybe 1/4 acre or a little bit less. This one in particular is a little bit less, but depending upon the neighborhood, it could be a little bit more or a little bit less. Yeah, I just said that. These homes don't typically come with a fence, but this is something that you can go ahead and get included or added to the bill. Again, just something to negotiate. Always good to have a realtor on your side. Okay, let's go ahead and head back inside. I know I talked about that master. I'm excited to show you this. Here we go. So as we're walking through the kitchen, just quick orientation, we see that we have, that's where your laundry room is, and the garage, which we'll take a look here in a moment. And this is a nice feature. You don't see this often, but there's actually, they've been putting like a working desk almost, well, it is a desk, in this area, in most of these places with this really nice countertop, lots of space to store things. So if you need like an office, but don't necessarily need that office space, you know, if you're on a Zoom call, right? And you're sitting here and it's nice because you actually just have a wall behind you, right? Not the craziness that happens in somebody's bedroom or whatever, right? This is actually pretty nice. So these are built in. It's what comes in most of these homes, and plenty of space here. So we also have additional, like a closet for you, especially since you're coming in from the garage. All right. Told you we're gonna get to the master. We are. All right. Okay, so coming into our master bedroom, this is a king size bed. It looks like a California king, which is the bigger of the kings, if you didn't know. And there is still a ton of space around here, even with this staging set. Another thing to notice too is that we do have, you know, the tray ceilings up here, which really adds that extra upscale feel to this. And it just feels so open. Now, plenty of light coming in from the 2 windows that we have. Just awesome, guys. And now the next part we have is, of course, the master bath. There's such a cool feature here. I'm excited to show you. And here, I'm just gonna go right to it. We have not just one walk-in closet with tons of space, but we got 2. Look at this. Oh, look at that. So I don't know for those that have had 2 closets before. I know in my household, they call it him and hers, but it ends up being hers and hers, and I get a coat closet for all my stuff. I don't know if you have similar experiences in your household, but that's typically what we have. Speaking of, again, look at how awesome those features are. This is that upscale feel, that matte black that you can have, but the framed mirrors that you have here. You have 2 sinks, or what we call dual vanities, right? Still has that beautiful quartz countertop, lots of storage space in here. And if you are going to be in here sharing space with a significant other, it is nice that you have plenty of counter space. Not only that, but you do, in this model, you have your own separate shower. Now we have the stand-up shower in here. It's got the build out, just in case you want to have a seat in here too and relax, and plenty of places to put your toiletries. And in this one too, we have a garden tub. Now, the difference between a garden tub and a jet tub is, guess what? One's got jets. But these are ones that you can get in here that come standard in this model. This is a big garden tub. Nice that it is separated here. And of course, in the corner here, you do have your commode. And it does have its own separate lighting. Let's venture out here. We're not done. We still got more in this home, and we've got another home or 2 coming up. So make sure to stick around. We still got more of this to show you. But let's head into this area. Now, hopefully this video is showing this, but this is a huge area for a laundry room. And in Florida, some of the older resale homes, if you're not going with a new construction, some of these areas are actually in the garage. And I'm gonna pause for a second. I don't know if you've ever lived in Florida before, or someplace that's hot, and then had to do laundry inside the garage, which is like 20 degrees hotter than it is outside. I would pay way more money than I thought I would moving from New York down to this area, just not to have to do laundry in the sauna that is the garage. My goodness. So anyway, let's get back to it. This is really awesome that we have this here. And no matter what, if you want a stackable, you want, not that you would need it, a side-by-side, if you're gonna have a front load, top load, there is tons of space to do this. Plus, if you're gonna put your laundry over here, you know, laundry basket, or there's even room here too, if you wanted to add one of those deep sinks, if you like to do that. Yeah. Okay, and into the garage. Garages are super exciting. That's my sarcastic voice. A lot of these new constructions, if you watched our other videos, which I encourage you to do, you'll notice that most of the garages are not painted. In this specific design, this builder actually paints in the garage. This is just something that they started doing a few years ago, that they're like, nobody cares about the garage, so the builders just save money on the paint. So you can see that this is in here, and this is a big 2-car garage. And you see this big ladder, what the heck is that? That's going up to the attic for extra storage. All right. So as we're wrapping up building number 1 out here in Young Oaks, we are gonna head out to Patriot Ridge and show you what's available out there. Now, in this one that we're about to go to, there's only 6 units still available that are out here. In this one, this is the Roses floor plan. It's my cheater notes. Ravenswood, Rodenza, and Comstock. And we're gonna try to get into at least 2 of those. We'll see what we can get into today, so stick around, we got those coming up. And we're also gonna be talking about all the incentives, all the amenities at Patriot Ridge, and we're gonna talk more about what Crestview has got to offer and much, much more. Here we go. All right, so now we're here in Patriot Ridge and we're gonna show you the Comstock 3 type home that we have here. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, and this one is 2,314 square feet. Now this one doesn't have all the cool staging and everything in there, but there are a ton of great things that we're gonna see inside here. So let's go ahead and switch around here. You guys can see already the outside. Now this one's specifically here on a corner lot. You can see that it's got a different brick exterior from the one that we saw earlier, but let's go ahead and take a look. Now as we're going into this home, this is a nice front porch area as well. Nice little overhang here too. Got some, of course, recessed lighting in here. And here we go. So immediately as I come in here, the high ceilings, that LVP, they are still working a little bit in here, but there's some small things that they'll be fixing up. But first things first, like we come into this and there is this huge open area here in the Comstock. But before we venture too far into this, I want to show you over here to the right that we do have this mud area. Right here is the garage here to the left, and some more storage. Now this area is super nice, right? You can have some extra storage, some seating area when you're coming in. Obviously you probably put in a coat rack or something here. That's definitely going to have this nice cubby space for coming in and outside the door, since this is our garage right here. Now taking a look, we can see this is another garage. Again, this inside is painted. That's pretty standard that you're gonna see, right? And the difference here is that you actually have like a little cutout for a workbench or whatever that you want. You can see that it's wired electrical over there. Awesome. So continuing in here, we'll also see that we have another laundry area. So this one, unlike that other home that we just saw, had an actual cabinetry in here next to those other separate spaces. Again, if you didn't want that and you wanted it to set up the other way, I'm sure that could be, but this does have that nice quartz countertop. But this, I think, is really interesting. There is even more storage in here. It's like another pantry, pretty much. This is enormous extra storage that you have in the laundry room. So do what you will in there. There is just plenty of extra space that you don't necessarily need to use for the garage. All right, so venturing back in here, this is another split bedroom setup. Now, if I can pan up here, you can see that it's got recessed lighting all throughout the home, really kind of bringing out the light, but it's really outdone by these massive windows that they've put in here. But these are at least 11-foot ceilings, but it's still got that great crown molding. We talked about the frames on the mirror. Just overall high-end standard that you guys do have here. Now over here is your master. We're gonna go over to the master bedroom and bath here in a moment, but I'd like to show you the rest of the home. So we have this area over here, a kitchen area or cubby, and then of course the kitchen, which we were going to go right back to. Okay, so let's see what the other bedrooms are. Remember, this is a 4-bedroom, and this is kind of cut out from the rest of the home. So you have your 3 beds, one here straight ahead and then down there to the left. And then you have your bathroom, your common bathroom. So in here you have dual vanities. Again, that high-end framed mirrors, really high ceilings. And now this is not something that you standardly see, but you know, it's a toilet inside the bathtub. Obviously kidding, they're still doing some work in here, but plenty of space. Plus you have another linen closet inside here. It's not out in the hallway. Okay, you can see that we have another bedroom, sizable bedroom in here. This is all that same LVP that is inside this home. Again, you do have a good size closet in here, good walk-in size closet, and each and every one has its own light. Woo! I forgot to turn that on. Well, you get it. We have this other one at the front of the house. This is actually the smallest of the bedrooms, but it does have the most natural light because of these 2 big front windows. If you're ever curious what classifies as a bedroom, it just simply needs to be 7 feet wide with a window and a closet. That's really it. All right, so these got French doors to have access for that. This is probably an office, but you could definitely use it as a bedroom. It is a bedroom. And then inside here, we have the other front bedroom. This is the largest of the 3 on this side. That's the front that we're looking at. And of course, another big walk-in closet. So lots of storage space in the Comstock. This is also on a corner lot, this particular unit, which kind of opens it up where you're not looking at a fence or anything. All right. Okay, so as you were waiting, let's go into the kitchen. So the kitchen, big island. I know the last one we saw had 2 bar stools. You're gonna put 4, maybe 5 under here. This is clearly for a bigger family. It's 4 bedrooms, right? But it still has those great finishes that we saw before with the quartz countertops. This is all throughout. It's got this nice backsplash. It's got that same high-end cabinetry. It's got all the recessed lighting in here. It's just open. So we'll come around here again, just kind of take a look. A lot of the same features, that big farmhouse sink, single sink. But this is the picture I really want you to see here, is you're able to just have everything in front of you here, right? So obviously on that far side is where you'd put a TV more than likely. If you were to entertain, like I don't know if you can really see it on this video, but there's just a ton of space. Now, I will say here that we don't have a refrigerator. This isn't the staged home, but again, if you are looking to negotiate that into the possible sale, that's why you should reach out to us here. We could talk about what that looks like, what different incentives, and what sort of bargaining power that you have within the market, because it's changing. It's definitely changed since the last couple of years. So definitely reach out to us, because we can get out, we can talk about getting blinds. As you can see, the blinds have been installed in this one as well, or those front gutters. So at least that's the current one, subject to change at any time for any reason. I learned that in the military. Okay, so we see this area here. It's the eat-in breakfast area. This is also could be used as formal dining. So if you don't need those separate spaces, this is a great place to put it. Again, you could probably fit a good 6 to 8 people long table in here and not take up too much amount of space. So there's really a lot out here. So let's venture out back and we'll see that this is way bigger patio that you have out here. Nice thing about this is it's got fans. Look at that, I'm spinning and going. This is really nice because it does get hot here in Crestview. And you can see here too, here in this area, that they are on much bigger lots, unlike the other one that we saw in the other neighborhood. So here in the Patriot Ridge area, again, you can see the back part of the home, all brick, but you're gonna have a much bigger size lot, usually around a 1/4 acre. This again is the Patriot Ridge corner lot, Comstock. Beautiful, right? All right. One thing too that I'll mention as we go back in here is that there are some other great things that they do as well with this builder. Now, this home will come with a warranty. You get, of course, your standard 2-year. You'll also get a 10-year builder warranty as well, right? So that 2 years for pretty much anything and 10 years for structural. And the builder actually comes out and looks at these units at 30-day, 6-month, and 12-month increments. It's like your move-in check-in, which is kind of cool. And if you ever do need them, there's a big old sticker. Well, we don't have a fridge here. I was going to show you. There's a big old sticker that you could put on your refrigerator, magnet rather, that will give you your 24-hour service line. Okay, so here's your master. It's actually got a little bit of a lip here too, you can see. So it kind of sunken in. Still has that tray ceiling. It's got the nice, big, thick crown molding. Absolutely beautiful space. As we go into the bathroom here, this is much more of a different design than we saw before. It does have dual vanities, has plenty of counter space. That's the quartz. We got the black mat. You've got the great finishes here. This isn't a cheap job, right? But in this case, our commode, our toilet, is in its own little space, which I know is kind of nice. We also have the garden tub with the nice fixtures in here. And again, that same stand-up shower that we were talking about before. Now in this case, in this model, there's only one closet, but it's a huge walk-in closet. I'm gonna walk in here. And if you're curious what that is, that's if you want to wire it Ethernet. Plenty of space in here. This could be its own office if you wanted it to. But really, really nice fixtures in here. Now I talked about that panel. That's Smart Connect Wi-Fi. That also has that thermostat. And of course there's energy efficient features, kitchen appliances, your water heater, low EMI windows, you name it, we got it. All right? That's not all. You guys have been sitting around and waiting for the rest of this info. So we are here in Patriot Ridge. So we just went through the Comstock. There's a Rosetta, a Ravenwood that are still available here. There's 6 left in this neighborhood. Now they're almost gone. The good news about Patriot Ridge and most of Crestview is it's gonna be a quieter neighborhood. It's less crowded. But the good news about this location in Patriot Ridge is it's close. Like if you're going to work at Duke Field, 7th Group, down at Eglin, you have access down south of Crestview. And this is really important if you're gonna move here, is that you wanna stay south of I-10 if you're trying to save on the traffic. If that's important to you, you wanna stay in a newer construction or a resale home that's going to be south of I-10 or maybe just north of it, you'd be all right too. Now, HOA, you're probably wondering, the HOA in this community is $450 a year. So really not much of anything else. And talking about different incentives and things that we have, okay, so the big one that we see now is our interest rate. We know everybody's kind of scared of interest rates right now, but they will set a 5.99%. I have to read from my cheat sheet, guys. There's so much. By the builder. They're going to help you out with that, right? They will also help with closing costs or however you want to use it. They're going to give you $8,000. $8,000 for closing costs. How cool is that? They'll also put in a home security system that's going to be absolutely free for you guys. It's such a nice day. I want to come outside. They'll offer too, refrigerator. Maybe you want to get some blinds or the front gutters. Those can be negotiated in. But here's a big thing too. If you don't already know about this, that the real estate laws have changed since August of last year in 2024. Now buyers have been responsible to pay their buyer's commission. But the cool part about this builder is you don't have to pay anything. They're going to pay your buyer's agent for you. That's what they're saying. They can't advertise that at all. Matter of fact, I shouldn't even be saying it. But if you want details on that, just reach out to your local realtor. Reach out to us. We're happy to explain what the new laws are so that you have a better understanding of what that looks like. So since you are already out here in Crestview, I also want to go over some pros and cons of this area as well. One of the things that you really want to be making sure of is that you know that there is a good amount of traffic that can be out here. And that's why I mentioned Patriot Ridge specifically, because it's south of I-10, which means it can save you up to 40 minutes on your commute each and every day. So that's pretty important for you to take a look at. Additionally, the infrastructure is being built out here. So they have the Crestview Commons, they're building out additional roadways to accommodate, all the traffic that's been coming through here. It's a little behind, but it's growing out. So we have more restaurants and things to do. Now there's not much of a nightlife to say out here, but you know, you want to go out to a restaurant or something like that, there's definitely something here. But you do have a good access to Destin from here. It's only maybe 20-30 minutes away, depending upon traffic, for you to be able to get down here. Crestview, by and large, probably the most affordable that you're going to find with the newest homes all the way across. So we also talked about, say, hey, what are the prices for these? So as I look at this one, the one that's right behind me is actually listed at $426,000 and some change. The one that we were in earlier was around $390,000, and that's pretty incredible to be able to get into something like this with that amount of square footage for that price, for brand new, right? Being able to get all these other incentives. So if you have questions about this, if you want to get with us, please call us. We can go over very detailed new construction, resale, whatever you need. But that's not it, guys. So if you do want more information about Crestview or any other of the places around here, you want to see more home tours like this, we've got new videos popping up right now. So go check them out.